It reads like a John le Carré novel, but it is true. A Dublin civil servant accused of leaking sensitive government information to a hostile foreign power now faces extra charges, including breaking the Official Secrets Act. With us is court reporter Tom Tuite. Tom, will you bring us up to speed?
Good morning. Yeah, this case it involves an investigation by the Garda Special Detective Unit. It was conducted in May in relation to Yevgen Mikheev. He's a Ukrainian-born civil servant and now an Irish citizen. Has held Irish citizenship for several years, and he had been working as a civil servant for well over a decade. And but he was stopped at Dublin Airport on May 28th, attempting to leave the country carrying just over €5,500 and a one-way ticket. He was initially charged then under theft and fraud offences for unlawful use of a computer at his workplace. Now, there's a number of court reporting restrictions in relation to the case. He can be named, but his address in Dublin can't be revealed, nor can the particular department where he was working or the other country involved in this intrigue. Um, so we had a case then where he was denied bail at the end of May at Dublin District Court, and he was remanded in custody. He was subsequently refused bail again in the High Court. And then a deadline, through delay, a deadline was imposed by the district court to make some progress with the case, and that happened yesterday. The original charge was superseded with four other allegations. These are offences that go on over almost a year from July 2025 until the date of his arrest. One of these charges was under corruption offences because it is alleged that he received some payment from this other state or agents from that other state. But he is also charged for breaching the Data Protection Act, and then two counts under the Official Secrets Act for communicating information that would have was prejudicial to the safety of the Irish state.
And when it came to his bail, was there a reason given for the bail being denied?
Yeah, there was a number of reasons. He had two bail hearings. They were almost identical, but what we were told was that as a result of the investigation, after he was stopped at the airport, Gardaí believed that he was going to Turkey, where he was going to transfer and go to an onward connection to his final destination and meet what was termed as a handler from this, what was described as a hostile state, and pass over further information. It was also alleged that his workplace was examined, his home computer was examined, and information allegedly was sent in the forms of documents, pictures, or videos to this handler in the foreign jurisdiction, and that he'd used the Telegram app on his mobile phone to transfer or leak other information. Now, it emerged that he was believed certainly to have allegedly to received about €250 for various items of information. I'm just going to stress also that at this stage, he hasn't formally indicated a plea, but he has indicated that he is going to fully contest this case in its entirety. We were told that the Gardaí were unable, given the nature of the other country involved, they weren't able to fully determine whether he received further sums in that nation.
And as you say, Tom,
So
of course, allegedly being the active word because all of this is yet to be ventilated in a court of law and it's just the allegations being made by the DPP and the Gardaí at this point. I assume it is unusual to see the Official Secrets Act invoked when it comes to criminal proceedings. It's not a common charge.
no, it's extremely rare. And it's always handled by these kind of specialist units like the Special Detective Unit. There was one about 7 or 8 years ago about a person working in a sensitive government area. Leaking information to dissident Republicans, but aside from that, it's very uncommon. Now, this case, the director of public prosecutions has also directed trial and indictment, so it will leave the district court, and it looks like it's heading to the circuit court, which has much wider sentencing powers. We were also told that on his side, it had emerged that he had four identities. Now, he has explained this through his bail hearings that he had a different name when he was younger, but he changed his surname to sound background. What he thought sounded more Irish as McKeith, and but other names then that appeared on other documentation seem to relate to kind of local or vernacular spellings of names that is of his original name as well. So that's how that was explained. He came to Ireland as a young man. He was gay and he faced discrimination where he grew up. He felt, and that's why he'd moved to Ireland. This all emerged in the bail hearing. We were also told that he has no previous convictions. He had left the country a few times. Gardaí were concerned about that. That was one of the reasons why it was raised in the bail hearing in terms of flight risk.
Right.
Now, this was explained by the defence that he had gone to see elderly family members, and he had been worried. There'd been long gaps because of the war in Ukraine,
Okay.
and he had been worried about them.
Tom, thank you so much for that report. Tom Tuite there, court reporter.